I can't tell you how terribly important it is for you to begin taking care of you. Not only your physical health, but your mental health. Too many parents gloss over this page, and it's like they just cut to the chase. I need to learn how to discipline my kid. That's a terrible mistake, because you're not going to be in any kind of shape to do what you need to do unless you're healthy and strong. We have to look at this first. We got to set down a solid foundation before we can move on. If we don't, we're going to get impatient and we're going to basically fail. So how can we take care of our mental health? Let's look at some concrete steps. This may sound silly, may sound hokey. You may have heard this stuff before, but please pay attention, because this is terribly crucial. This may be the most important piece in this program. One of the things that we can do in taking care of our mental health is we can go beyond the problem and project ourselves to a future time where the problem couldn't possibly matter anymore. We also want to develop a part of us that serves as an impartial and dispassionate observer of our out-of-control kids. This is called healthy emotional detachment. This is a very, very, very important first step in working this program, to begin the business of detaching in a healthy way, but detaching emotionally from what's going on with your kid. No more feeling sorry for him or her. No more feeling guilty about your parenting. We're going to shift gears now. We're going to be assertive. We're going to be, in a healthy way, detached from the kid. Okay? You are not your child's buddy. Parenting is not a popularity contest. And we can only find ourselves in this spot of no longer wanting to be the buddy. We can only get there if we detach. Another thing to bear in mind as you're taking care of your mental health, I want you to visualize your out-of-control daughter, for example, as a mother going through her own parent-child conflict. Visualize your out-of-control son as a father having to deal with his verbally abusive son. You know, when we resist our difficult kids, when we struggle with them, when we try to change them, it's usually us that breaks. So sometimes the most important thing we can do is simply let go and let God. And the reason that that's terribly important is because the more we try to control, the less control we get. Conversely, the more control we give up, the more control we get. Now, I know that that's a paradox, and we'll talk more about that. I want you to bear in mind that somewhere in this difficult experience with your kid is an opportunity. There's an opportunity for healing here. There's an opportunity for positive change here, and we will find it. So I want you to ask for guidance. I want you to trust that you're going to get that guidance. I want you to detach from the outcome. Have patience. Don't take anything personally as you're in the middle of the process, and never give up. What you're going to learn from dealing with your difficult child is going to make you stronger, and it's going to help you in other areas of your life. You may not understand their behavior, you certainly don't agree with it, and you certainly don't like it, but you don't have to torture yourself with thoughts about it. When we're working this program, we want to experiment, we want to try novel approaches, we want to be very creative. In some cases, we want to do the last thing we'd ever think to do first. Anything is possible. Your kid is a work in progress, and he's going to be okay eventually. When his emotional age catches up with his chronological age, he's going to do very well. Okay? Another thing I want you to bear in mind as I encourage you today is all things work together for good. It's very likely that something wonderful is emerging from your current difficult situation, but that you haven't seen it yet. Okay? Your most difficult people are your greatest teachers. Your most difficult situations strengthen you. What I want to leave you with on this page is a couple of assignments here. I want you to, instead of focusing on what you don't want and what's going wrong, I want you to start focusing on what you do want and what's going right. Because what you think about expands, what you think about becomes your reality. So if we focus on what's going wrong, we're going to find more things that are going wrong showing up in our life. If we're focusing on what we don't want, we're going to find more of what we don't want showing up in our life. Also, rather than focusing on how you're being mistreated, I want you to begin focusing on how you can take care of you. Okay?